Do you know that 9% of the workers in the UK never shut down their PCs? This, combined with the fact that there is a need to reduce our carbon emission, leads to the question, how can we make people adopt a more sustainable behavior? Environmental psychologists investigate different ways of doing that. One of them is called feedback. So let me ask you something. Will you touch a fire? No. Why? Because you know it will hurt. Will you swim in a frozen lake for a long time? No. Why? Because your body will send a signal, feedback, to your brain, tell you that this is not comfortable. There is also positive feedback. For example, when you are hungry and the time you eat a chocolate. As you can see, feedback is an important part of our lives, and it is something that keeps us alive. Unfortunately, this is not the case with electricity consumption. When you switch on an appliance, the average person doesn't know how much electricity it consumes, how much he pays for it, and more importantly, the impact this action has on the environment. The only feedback he gets is through the electricity bill, which comes to you once in a month, and has the aggregate electricity consumption of the whole house. So how can we provide a better feedback? This is where my research comes in. In my research, I grab data provided by sensors, humidity, electricity, temperature, at appliance or at room level. I process them, and more importantly, figure out ways to visualize them in a way that make people aware of the impact the action have on their electricity consumption, on their pockets, and more importantly, on the environment. Feedback works quite well when people are incentivized to consume energy. For example, those who pay for it. But what about those who don't? Children in the domestic environment and workers in the work environment, for example. Like in the example that I gave you earlier, pain and euphoria are good incentives to keep us alive. So how can I incentivize these two groups of people? The second part of my research is to design a game that incentivizes and educates these people to adopt a more sustainable behavior. So don't be surprised if one day the electricity you saved in your work environment will be used to harvest the plants in farmland. Thank you very much.